I'd like to try and put some numbers on it before we start moving to questions. I think you've put out a target within the next, it's exactly 3 to 5 years for $15 billion in revenue. Maybe some of the challenges in getting there and your confidence level in how you're going to achieve that.
Yeah, so when we announced the enterprise business, we said, well, we have to set a long-term goal. And the long-term goal was, within the next roughly 5 years, this was the beginning of this year, our goal is to be between a $10 and $15 billion enterprise technology solution provider, which would clearly make us the second largest in the world. We'll probably be second largest next year, but that would really solidify our position. To get there, normally when companies grow, they have to do a couple of things. They have to develop technology, they have to build scale, they have to build a global infrastructure, access new markets. The funny thing, Huawei doesn't have any of those problems. To be perfectly honest, those are already in place. We already are a global company. We're in 140 countries. We have huge logistic infrastructure. We have massive amounts of technology. There will always be a need for more technology. Our biggest challenge right now is introducing ourselves to the enterprise customer and building the enterprise go-to-market path. And so one of our biggest conscious efforts right now is developing the channel, is reaching out to those channel customers and channel partners, the distribution network, encouraging people to realize that it's in their benefit to think about other sets of technology that might solve the problem for their customers in a creative way. If you're a channel partner and you've been selling products from company A forever, and your customer just transacts with you and they're still not winning, they're still not state-of-the-art, maybe it's time to start to look at a different set of products. You can still keep company A's products, but bring in company H's products, for instance, ours, and what you'll get is a different point of view. Your customer will appreciate the fact that to solve a problem, you give them choice. And the reality for us is we think that's a pretty compelling story because of our scale. We're not just some small startup that doesn't have the ability to execute on this, but it is our biggest challenge. The thing that we have to work hardest on over the next year or two is to make sure that we have that ability to reach the customers and to reach the channel and to engage with them, because we haven't had to do that in the carrier or consumer world.
Right, because the carrier is your channel effectively.
Exactly.
In the carrier world.
When you sell to 45 of the top 50 operators and they represent the biggest chunk of your revenue, you can put a lot of people on them, you can go very direct with them, you can interact with them, you can be a deep partnership. We sell to the enterprise, at our scale, we're talking about millions of customers that we're going to have to touch. You don't do that directly. You may have some high touch here and there, but basically to do it successfully, you must have good relationships with the systems integrators, the distributors, the value-added resellers, the value-added partners, and those are the things that we're really consciously focusing on building. I think that's actually probably the easiest problem to solve, albeit it's a challenging problem. The good news is all of the other problems are largely well underway or already in place in terms of being correct.